This week's domestic box office tells an important story, though not as much at the top. If Sunday's numbers hold, then a one film of the weekend is Chainsaw Man, the movie, Res Arc, a direct sequel to an anime TV show with over 17 million. Anime's rising presence in U.S. theaters isn't new, and the movie also crossed the $180 million global milestone this week, so it's not too surprising to see it pop as a new release. In second, currently by a slim margin, is Black Phone 2 at $13 million. The Blumhouse release is in its second weekend and has the benefit of being the only major horror movie released in October, though whether it can own Halloween over special re-releases of Sinners and K-pop Demon Hunters remains to be seen. Spots number 3 and 4 are where things get interesting. Regretting You, the new Colleen Hoover adaptation, is sitting just below Black Phone 2 at $12.80. That's a good start for the $30 million budgeted former, and a disappointing one for the $55 million budgeted latter. Nestled in the difference is a lesson Hollywood really needs to learn when scheduling its films. The world of film likes to be interested in itself. I'm as guilty of perpetuating that kind of thinking as anyone. Critics love movies about movie-making almost as much as the Academy loves awarding them, and discussions of box office often center on the release calendar itself. Movies are compared to what released alongside them, or to similar movies that released in the past. Seasons are divvied up for certain kinds of movies: summer for blockbusters, fall for awards movies, January and February for whatever studios want to dump. The closest we often come to thinking of the wider world. If something didn't do well, the first questions are often whether it fit the date or measured up to the competition. But the premise inherent in that thinking is that if people didn't show up to one film, they were watching another. And in the post-pandemic landscape, that's simply not guaranteed anymore. According to Deadline, exhibitors were complaining about losing male audiences this weekend to the World Series, as if it was as anomalous as a bad snowstorm. But at a time when so much is competing for people's attention and theatrical movies are losing, studios can't afford to not think about what else their target audience might be doing, beyond just what other movies they could go see. Springsteen's intended audience didn't show up, but according to that same report, Regretting You's viewership was tracking over 80% female, effective counter-programming not to Springsteen, but to baseball.